Denton County's outdated Election Day voting system that requires all of us to vote only in our home precinct, only on Election Day, is a problem for thousands of voters on every election day right now. It's going to be a problem for an even larger number of voters as the county grows rapidly over the next 5 to 10 years. Sprawling new suburban neighborhoods and busy new outlying commercial and retail areas are rising in the west and north of the county now. They will make voting on Election Day an even greater challenge in a few years if we don't make a change to the way we vote on Election Day now. Listen to Voting Centers Now organizer Jane Schultz explain this to the Denton County Commission. Then sign our petition asking the commissioners to fix the problem, and sign up to speak to the decision makers yourself at the end of the clip. Thank you for making me first.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank you also for taking the time to meet with me and one of my colleagues about vote centers a few weeks ago. That was a great conversation, very thoughtful.
It was, thank you.
And along with comments that I've heard from the opponents here, that has expanded my view on the issue of countywide Election Day voting. So, at the past, I've looked at this something as is going on today and something with a history, but I hadn't thought about it going forward. But it's become clear to me that it's also a growth issue, and that in addition to assigned precinct voting causing problems for thousands of voters every election day now, it's going to be a problem for even more voters on every election day in the not-so-distant future. From those who oppose vote centers, we've heard from judges in places like Robeson Ranch, Justin, Ponder, and Northlake, who turn away very few or no voters on Election Day. And then we've heard from judges in Frisco, Flower Mound, Louisville, and Denton, who are redirecting hundreds of voters on every election day. The county's own numbers from Election Day, May 3rd, show us that they are all telling the truth, and they are giving us a vision of our future. So polling places in busy urban centers are a preview of what is coming to the quiet polls near Robeson, Justin, Ponder, Northlake, and elsewhere in the next few years. I live at Robeson, so I'm very aware of the millions of square feet of retail, office, and educational development that's going up soon near me. And of course, the same thing is happening elsewhere. These new locations are going to create the same need for vote centers that election workers have told you about in our current business centers. Now, most of the people who are in these new areas from 9 to 5 won't live in the same precinct where they work, shop, or take their kids to school. They'll want to vote on their way to or from those locations or over lunch on Election Day, just like they do during early voting and just like they did in the places that they moved to our county from. So pretty soon, those polling locations with few redirected voters now will be handling hundreds of Election Day redirects too. I can just see it coming. Now, you spend most of your time in these meetings dealing with the impact of growth. You wisely build the roads, the water, the sewer, and the traffic systems for that growth. You don't force newcomers to get to these locations on 2-lane dirt roads or drink untreated well water or discharge waste into our streams. Now, my colleagues and I urge you to do the same wise planning for our elections. You've already smartly invested in a safe, secure, and scalable balloting system. Now you can take the lead with political stakeholders to come up with an election system that accommodates the 100,000 more voters we're going to have in the next 10 years. Shackling voters to the home precinct voting system of 100 years ago is like forcing them to drive through our gleaming new commercial hubs on muddy 2-lane dirt roads. Please give our voters countywide Election Day voting now. Thank you. Don't like this vision of our future? Take action now to change it by first going online to sign our petition for countywide Election Day voting. Then sign up to speak to the Denton County Commission yourself at 9 a.m. at the start of one of their Tuesday morning meetings. Every county resident has a right to speak for up to 3 minutes during the public comment period. After you sign up, you'll receive all the information you need
to make a strong presentation.